Yo, what is going on, everybody, and welcome back to week 4 of the Vanguard Nightly News. We have again our host Shark, Timmy, Panda, and myself VG. We're gonna get straight into some NFL games. First, we got the Falcons versus the Panthers. Shark.
So of course Falcons versus Panthers was our Thursday night game. Falcons won 25-17. I mean, are you all surprised that Falcons actually got their second win? Now,
oh my God, right?
I was a little bit, honestly, just because of the Panthers and how well they've been playing recently.
Oh yeah,
I didn't think they were going to lose this game at all.
I think I actually took, betting wise, I think I took the Panthers plus whatever they were at the time.
Yeah.
Just because Panthers have actually played really good without
Christian McCaffrey.
Christian McCaffrey and everything, who should be back. I think they said possibly next week or the week after. Yeah. Besides that, this game, I mean, honestly, was a snooze fest.
Yeah, Julio played really well, but
Julio had 7 catches, 137 yards, and Matt Ryan had 281, but no passing touchdowns. Had a rushing touchdown.
Matty Ice, baby, getting it done on the ground.
Ice for a reason, because he can't throw shit.
Besides that, there wasn't really much else. I know Bridgewater had a passing touchdown, and it went to Curtis Samuel.
He's doing pretty well. Curtis Samuel's doing pretty well.
Besides that, I mean, there's really not anything else on this game unless you all have anything.
Nope. I didn't watch it, so I couldn't really
I
call
didn't
for
watch
it.
it. So.
Yeah, I didn't watch it either. Yeah.
All right, so
this I did watch.
Sunday, 1 o'clock games. We had the Patriots versus the Bills. Bills won 24-21. Cam started off. Got the start after 2 horrific games, of course.
Yeah.
He played a little better. Still had a bad game, but
He started off really good.
Yeah, 174 passing, 54 rushing, and had a touchdown as well. Also news with the Patriots, Julian Edelman was sent to the IR.
That is a big hit for them.
That's a big blow.
No, yeah.
He's their main guy.
Plus, you got to think of an already kind of broken down team because a lot of them opted out due to COVID.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
What does this show for Patriots moving forward? Like, what do you think they're thinking right now as what they need to do?
I mean, at this point, they're just going to test out what they have, and they're just going to keep moving forward. I mean, Bill Belichick and the New England Patriots are not going to be a team that just tanks. They're just that's just not how Bill Belichick is.
No.
Next guy on mentality.
Also, they did sign Floyd from, or they traded for Floyd from Miami.
Isaiah Ford, yeah, they traded.
Ford.
No, you're good. Isaiah Ford was traded from the Dolphins for, I believe, a 4th. It was between 4 or 6. Can't remember which one, but I mean, but still, they went ahead and got another.
Got another weapon, basically.
It was they received Isaiah Ford from Miami for a conditional 6th-round pick.
There you go. Go ahead.
Nah, it was just.
No,
the only wide receiver I can see over there would be N'Keal Harry at this point.
I actually thought this game was a lot closer than it should have been, because I actually, to be honest, I actually thought the Bills were gonna like, run.
Their defense played pretty well overall. It was like they don't have a bad defense.
Well, yeah, the Patriots don't. It's just that I think they have really good secondaries, but I just don't think their linemen are defensive linemen are pretty good.
Their defensive linemen are okay. Like they're not like bottom tier. There's a lot of bottom tier defensive linemen.
They're good, like middle tier right now.
Their linebackers are good. They had Gilmore out due to the COVID stuff. Still, so that was a cut for them. But overall, it wasn't like something so drastic where their defense couldn't hold up.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, it's Bill Belichick is still there. He still knows how to get into them. He knows that Buffalo is really going to be one of those teams that they want to run the ball on you, but they still live with the pass and everything, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I will say that Buffalo ran over New England. I mean, when you have 2 running backs who run over for
3
or 3 running backs. Well, yeah. Well, okay, like at least just 2 running backs, at least 80 yards at least.
Well, we're
mean,
still Jacoby Myers, who had 6 catches for 58 yards on New England side.
It's not
Yeah.
bad. I mean, with Edelman on
just-
IR,
he
he's
did
pretty good.
Plus
Yes.
Damian Harris. as well.
Yep. So, of course, with Julian Edelman going on IR, they were trying to figure out who was going to take over receiving wise. Jacoby Myers stepped up, rookie from last year. He had 6 catches, 58 yards. And then, of course, we already know if you've played fantasy, don't ever take a New England running back, but because it's a
hit or miss
roulette.
every week if they're gonna do good. Trust
Oh, yeah.
me. I got Sony. I had Sony Mitchell. That's what I was. Mitchell, whatever. Is he on? Is he out? Is he injured right now? For
He
some
got
reason, I feel
hurt,
like he was
but-
out.
He got hurt, but I believe he's back. It's just
Damian Harris is a
They-
better
they-
running
they
back.
they gave him the chance and he didn't play good. Damian Harris came out in preseason, or not even preseason, but in practice, and just really showed out. And
He put in work. Like
that's
you,
who we're gonna go with.
he
100
was
yard
running
game.
over some people. Like you
Mhm.
breaking tackles, getting that extra 4 or 5 yards with every run. Like he was pushing.
I mean, he had 102 yards on 16
TD.
rushes. That's not bad at all.
I feel like if they would have gave it to him more, they most likely would have won this game.
Mm-hmm.
Buffalo's run defense wasn't holding up that well. They were with the other running backs. It was just Harris was the only one that was really.
Oh, yeah.
Probably
anything
because
fun.
based on the teams that they played, they haven't really faced a running back that is more kind of like a rock bouncing down a hill. He'll
I will
keep
say
pushing forward.
Mitch Morse, the Bill center, also went out with a concussion.
Nice.
I don't know how long he's going to be out for there. They did put in Feliciano and
Mhm.
their rookie Bodiger or something like that. I don't know how to pronounce his name. And those two together lined up really well. Did a few run seams for Singletary, and they made some fucking holes. I was watching the entire game with those two in there at the same time. They would have the center do a swing block and
Mhm.
have the guard go in and block the center's guy, and then that swing block was so fucking quick. It was really crazy. Singletary brought up 86 yards off of that. Moss 81. Moss broke a few tackles.
Mhm.
One
Two
he actually
touchdowns,
one he actually did like a Michael Jackson lean from Thriller, which I was kind of like shocked about because I was like, I don't know how you bent that way and still stood up. And yeah, that was I think like a 20-yard run.
Plus,
That was-
they're allowing Allen to have time to throw the ball, along with giving him the option to run the ball.
That's
in
the
certain
issue with having
situations.
a messed up offensive line though.
So, and that's the thing with Buffalo right now is just they're all O-line just being hurt right now. They're not as banged up as some other teams. In the
Their
NFC.
defense has been good too in the
I'm not gonna
past few
say
games.
what two teams I'm talking about in the NFC.
Hi!
uh,
Hi, Timmy!
but I mean, Josh Allen's still playing good. He has I can't really say 2 bad weeks. He's had decent weeks the last 2 weeks, but still finding Stephon Diggs. 6 catches, 92 yards. I mean, in your opinion, Panda, I know of course you're the Buffalo fan. Is Stephon Diggs, in your opinion, the future one there, or is it you all need to go find someone and move him to a 2?
I feel like Diggs would be a good one. I feel like
Mhm.
Buffalo needs to get a big 2, like
Mhm.
tall wide receiver to go out on the outside. Because I think if they're running 5 wide, which they do more than any other team in the NFL, if you get John Brown and Cole Beasley in on the slot,
That's what I was
and you
literally
have
about to
and
say.
you have a big wide receiver on the outside with Stephon Diggs on the opposite, I don't really see too many teams that would be able to counter that. because
Mm-mm.
Cole Beasley's route running is fucking insane.
John Brown has the speed.
John Brown has speed, and he's actually really good with his cuts.
Mm-hmm.
He's really good with route running, which he doesn't get enough credit about. Stephon Diggs is really good with route running. He needs to come back to the ball a bit more. I feel like he tries to let it come to him too much.
But I mean,
But
coming
if
from
they get a
Vikings.
if they get a big wide receiver to go for number 2, and they run 4 wide, have a running back in the backfield, I feel like they they could do a lot of damage.
Oh,
And I mean, granted,
yeah.
they started off doing a lot of damage early on in the season. I just feel like Josh Allen has been kind of like trying to force Stephon Diggs more than anything. Also, and this is just to end off the Bills thing here. Buffalo did sign Darryl Worley, the former Cowboy. Buffalo loves to do this. And they also like to make them decent players. Who doesn't like signing a 1-year contract and going ahead and popping off to an All-Pro season?
Gee, wonder. Just don't look at me, guys. I mean, fuck,
Hey, Timmy, I thought those were in the trash can. Why are they out?
Shit, damn it.
That Ezekiel Elliott one should have stayed, but
The Dak
Dak
one needs to go
Prescott
to the
one.
hospital.
Yeah.
No, okay. All jokes aside, okay, I'm gonna put this. I actually rolled my ankle at work today, and I said, someone goes, "Oh my God, somebody get Dak help!" No, I said,
Smart man.
I said, after I get done with my ankle hurt, I'm gonna kill you.
All right.
Moving
next game.
forward, we got the Titans versus the Bengals. Very surprising game, to say the
Oh,
least.
yes. So Titans or the Bengals won 30-20.
I was
Or 31 to
surprised.
20.
Very surprised.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, so me too. I had Titans money line, for them to win straight up, but I actually did have Bengals spread and everything, which I think started off at 7. But Titans defense just, I mean, honestly, it looked like the Cincinnati Bengals the whole entire year. Joe Burrow 249 yards, 2 touchdowns. Gio Bernard had 62 yards rushing. He had a rushing touchdown and a receiving touchdown.
By the way, great fantasy pickup for you fantasy players.
I wonder who told you.
I wonder.
I would say this: Burrow is actually a grown-up Macaulay Culkin without doing drugs.
We talked about that the first week we did this.
Yeah, as soon as I saw him, I was like, "That's the kid from Home Alone, bro." And then I'm like, "Oh wait, no, he didn't do drugs."
Pirine, who I feel like has been in the league for 85 years now, had 32 yards and a rushing touchdown. T. Higgins, again, clicking with Joe Burrow, had 6 catches, 78 yards. And then Boyd, 6 catches, 67 yards and a touchdown.
Now, a little bit more on the Bengals side. John Ross, he's actually he's been trying to get traded.
Yeah,
from what I found out.
He's been trying to get traded just because
he's not playing.
He's not getting the time. I mean, when you're behind, when you're behind Higgins, you're behind Tyler Boyd, you're behind AJ Green. So I mean, now you're down to receiver 4.
Mm-hmm.
So there's not a lot of times whenever teams are just literally going to have 4 receivers out there, and if you are receiver number 4, you're not going to get the ball that much compared to the other 3 and the running back that's already out there already. So
yeah, the only way you're going to get it really is if you're a check down.
What do you think is his best fit place to go if they trade? I know trade deadline's over or whatever, but future home for John Ross. What are we thinking?
That's a good question, actually.
He'd fit with trying to go through all the teams.
Yeah,
Bears has a slot. He'd be fine.
Okay, hold on a second. This depends on. Okay, so did Samuel get signed like multiple years with the Saints? I maybe or Emmanuel Sanders? Yeah, did he get multiple years? Or was it 1 year?
Look, but I think it's
okay. I was gonna say that maybe Saints, maybe because I know they can put him in the slot, and I remember that Drew Brees used to love to throw to Ted Ginn in the slot a lot.
I will say probably Green Bay. I think Green Bay would be a really good fit because I know Rodgers is missing like a Cobb aspect on that team.
He doesn't really he has speedy wide receivers, but like.
Really, the only one that he really goes to is Adams.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's his go-to guy.
Throwing the ball a lot to their 2 tight ends. Staceberg, and I can't think of the other one top of my head. Stacenberg?
I mean, even if you got Ross to go over to Green Bay and be kick returner, go off the speed, I feel like eventually he would work his way into the starting lineup.
Oh yeah, I mean,
I feel like Rodgers would like succeed because when he had Cobb there, he did really well, like passing wise.
I guess that's something to kind of look out for this offseason. See if he gets his trade that he wants, but I don't really know what's in store for John Ross. His name kind of fell off the map after running that 40 time and then getting injured.
Injury.
Yeah.
Injure after injure. And he comes back and he got injured. So I don't know. Do we mark him up as he's injury prone, kind of like Deshaun Jackson is right now, or just kind of wait to see how it goes?
I mean, yes, you could write him down as an injury prone player, but you can't really say he's Deshaun Jackson type, just because, in my opinion, Deshaun Jackson's actually made a career out of himself.
I feel like Ross
made a name out of himself for kick return.
Yeah, I feel like Ross could make a name for himself. He would have to be in the right team. Like it would have to be there.
I feel like Bengals is definitely not the right place for him. But
with everyone ahead of him, and then you look at like what the future could hold for him, it wouldn't work out well there for him.
Nope. Titans offense still being productive though. Shifting sides here. Tannehill with 233 yards and 2 touchdowns. Derrick Henry still beasting and feasting on the ground with 112 yards and a touchdown. Davis had 8 catches for 128 yards and a touchdown. That's Corey Davis, correct?
Yep.
Okay, that's what I thought. And then
Chase is doing something here.
I'm doing something.
See if he can figure it out.
I was like, Corey Davis, got to be Corey Davis. And then Brown had 4 catches, 24 yards and a touchdown. So Tannehill's still being very productive out there. He's doing pretty well. Derrick Henry's still doing good.
Looking at the Titans defense as well, they did get rid of Vic Beasley. That will actually be tomorrow when they actually release him, but they did announce it today.
I can't believe he's still in the league. I think Shark actually mentioned that.
He said that, but he's 28. Like he's got 3 to 5 years left.
But that name sounds old.
I feel like he's been in the league for.
Maybe it's because he spent majority of his times with the Falcons, right? Before he got
that's
shifted
true.
over.
That's where I thought he still was.
Like he had one good year, like 1 or 2 good years or whatever, and then it's just like all of a sudden now it's just like where's your mindset at, man?
I feel like he doesn't have the enthusiasm or like the drive to want to do it there. Like I don't think that he just wanted to push himself there because it's like if you go to a place you want to feel wanted, and I don't feel like the Titans kind of wanted him in that situation.
I just don't feel like their scheme fits him.
They're like, we signed him, but now that we did, kind of regret it.
Yeah. I mean, he worked very well in the Falcons scheme when he was there. Yeah. He was a beast.
But you also have to think that they signed him in the actual offseason during actual free agent period time, and then they noticed that what's his name? Played for the Seahawks last year. Just got signed.
Jadeveon Clowney.
Clowney, yeah. And then Clowney's kind of was still there, and they offered him a little bit less, and Clowney was like, "Yeah, at this point, I just want to play." So,
I would.
I mean,
I'm like, yo, I'll take a pay cut. Give me that ball, man. Like,
hell yeah.
I want to hit somebody.
Yep.
Clowney's a very good player. He deserves it.
Game, this next snooze fest.
Oh, bod.
Oh yeah. So,
jeez. The
next game was.
I'm gonna take a nap. Have fun.
The Raiders.
Oh no, I'm right with you, dog.
Next game was the Raiders versus the Browns. Final score was 16-6. I mean, like we've already mentioned, it was a complete snooze fest. I mean, Derek Carr 112 yards and a touchdown. Baker 122, no touchdown. Jacobs actually had a decent game. He had a really slow first half, really quiet first half actually, and then came out in the second half. It went for 128. Hunt went for 66 yards. Darren Waller 5 catches, 28 yards.
Wait, I know that you were staring at him too when he did that. Timmy, what were you doing, dog?
I was taking a picture, dog.
He goes like.
He was taking a selfie with a mic in front of it, so he's like, "Yeah, I'm streaming, bro. Get good."
We're in the middle of recording. Yeah, I'll be right back.
See you
All
after
right,
these messages.
my bad.
No,
Go
no,
ahead.
no. I was just taking
like-
a picture for someone. I'm sorry.
It's like, yeah, we're
Continue.
talking about the fucking Raiders and the Browns game. It's kind of bullshit, but yeah, you know.
So Darren Waller, 5 catches, 28 yards, and then
Can't
Jarvis
fucking believe
Landry,
y'all.
4 catches, 52 yards. I mean, honestly, the only thing to really talk about this game was the win. I believe it was like 15 plus 20 miles per hour. I know it was something crazy.
Now, was this in Ohio or was this in?
Yes. it was
Okay.
I saw the field goal from the Browns,
Yep.
and that ball went zoom into that left, man.
Yum.
Like, oh, that looks like a good kick, and then it was like, nope.
That was the Raiders. It was Dylan Carlson.
Oh, that was the Raiders? Okay.
who
Yeah,
used to play for the Vikings. Yeah, he I think it was like a 30-something yard field goal.
that
it
was not
literally-
wrong at all. Yeah.
Started.
It was a genjutsu.
Oh
It
my
literally
God.
started.
I know.
Over there
that
looking
guy-
up Naruto references. Let's see. What can I
It was
say?
not-
It looked like it looked like it was on point at the start of it, and then it
Oh
just,
yeah, whenever the first was kicked, it was literally straight down the middle.
Yep.
And then about a second or two later, it's already on the left. And then about a second or two later, it's wide left. So,
yeah, that shit looked like they threw that ball from like the right side of the field to the left with how far that went.
Wow.
That was crazy.
Well, another game that kind of. I mean, I watched this one. I saw kind of what went down in the Colts versus the Lions game. Colts won 41-21.
Yep.
They just wow. The Colts did a very good
Spanking!
job on
Spanking!
offense.
Spanking!
So
Oh.
and the question is, like, is it really the Colts have a good offense, or is it the Lions that have a bad defense?
The defense
mixture of both.
sucks.
I think, yeah, like Panda said, I think it's a mixture of both. Like,
It is a little bit of a mixture of both. I don't think like the Colts offense is obviously like what it used to be years ago. But I mean, I still think they're a decent offense and everything. But
They got a better defense than they do offense.
oh yes,
Yes. But they have a bunch of injuries right now.
Mhm.
I will
I'm
say
not
though,
I'm not
Nakeem
sure if-
Hines,
Yes, Naheem Hines, which I've had this issue and talked to multiple people about this, but like comes out week 1 as soon as Marlon Mack got hurt, had a huge game, had like 2 or 3 touchdowns.
yeah, he was on my
So
bench.
like, so what did I do? Go pick him up next week. From week 2 until before this week, he touched the ball 5 times. Why, after having this huge game week 1, he only touches the ball 5 times and he was never hurt? I don't know. But comes back this game, had some good rushing yards, but
Had a hell
he
of a game.
But came out and had a huge, was very productive. In the passing game with, I mean, only having 3 catches, but still 54 yards and 2 touchdowns out of the backfield. Rivers also had 262 with 3 touchdowns, and then Jordan Wilkins, the 3rd, 4th string running back. I don't even really know how they list them anymore. Had 89 yards and a touchdown. Only reason why he really had a big game was because Jonathan Taylor was hurt with I believe, ankle injury. Phillip Rivers.
Sounds about right. Everything's an ankle
I
injury.
just laughed hard at that one.
Yeah, I figured. Phillip Rivers hit 11 different receivers, which is basically 1 for each kid that Rivers has.
Oh, that's what you were laughing at.
Yeah, he still needs a few more receivers out there though.
Oh yeah, still needs a few more.
He's got like what, 18?
Y'all are terrible, okay?
What the fuck is in your mouth?
He could have a wait
worry
staff at a
about
restaurant
this.
with how many kids he has there, and they could literally do an entire party.
Oh yeah.
What is Timmy doing?
I don't know.
Nothing. I'm just.
He's got shit in his mouth. He's taking selfies. Pay the fuck attention.
I am.
I think
I have
Timmy's
everything right
fine.
here.
You getting to some gummies over there?
No, I don't have. I wish I did. Damn it.
All right. Anyway, so 1 for each of his kids. Galladay had a hip injury.
Yeah, so Kenny Galladay left, I believe it was either first drive or second
I know-
drive.
I knew that. I knew that hurt somebody in fantasy.
One, because I didn't
over
know
there.
that he got injured. I thought he just didn't hit the ball.
That wouldn't have mattered at that point.
Nope.
Yep.
But yeah, Kenny Galladay left the game early in the game with a hip injury. I know they said that he may be out a week or two for sure.
Mhm.
I'll have to look back into it and everything. But
His season has kind of been hit or miss, to be honest with you.
he's been hurt too.
I mean, he for like first couple weeks he was injured. I think he was questionable, like not like it was like a day-to-day type thing.
Yep. So
God.
So Marvin Jones came in, had a huge game, had 2 touchdowns. T.J. Hawkinson 7 catches, 65 yards, and then the great Marvin Hall had 4 catches, 113 yards. I know that Vengeance over here has been looking all over Marvin Hall and has been talking about him for weeks now.
Oh yeah.
So I know he's excited about that one.
Oh, I am.
But I'm gonna let you guys know something. The next game we want to talk about, the Vikings-Packers game. Dalvin Cook had a fantastic day.
Wait,
but I was
confused.
shocked.
Hold on. Wait. Why me and Marvin Hall? What happened here? I'm fucking lost.
It was a joke. Chill.
I'm fucking lost.
Okay. Anyways,
You normally are.
Yeah.
What I was trying to say was that the score with the Vikings and Packers game, with Minnesota essentially winning the game at the final. This game, I was very surprised. I actually thought Packers was gonna run away with this because how the Vikings have been just subpar to me, in my opinion.
Well, yeah, but you also look at it. It's a division game. Division games are normally tougher because they know your schemes.
Yeah, but Dalvin Cook for Minnesota, yes, have a fucking day, man. Jesus Christ.
For real. He
Told
had a
me I
very good
could
game.
tackle better. I could tackle
You
better.
want to say that again?
I can't even talk right now. I can tackle better than a majority of the Packers defensive players did against Dalvin Cook because it was bad.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It was really bad.
So of course Dalvin Cook. So first Vikings did end up winning 28-22.
Yep.
Dalvin Cook had 163 rushing yards and 3 touchdowns on the ground. Then he also had 2 catches and 63 yards and a touchdown. So he
Finally
was
had a
of
really
every
good
single point.
Yeah, if you had him on fantasy, like he did some good things for you.
Yeah,
I think this is like the first week though that he's actually had like one of these big games.
Oh yeah.
I think week 1 he did decent.
Week 1 or week 2, he had a pretty good week.
I think he had like 2 touchdowns and like 160 yards.
Yeah, but this is definitely the first time he's hit 3 touchdowns or more for sure. But
yeah,
this game really stuck it to me this week with the Packers being my only loss in all of my parlays this week. So I wasn't really happy about that. So
yeah,
lost all my bets because of that. So we'll just go ahead and move on. No, I'm sorry.
Fuck Aaron Rodgers. Fuck.
You're just doing this for one reason, and I know that reason.
On the Packers side, had an Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams duo. Rodgers with 291 and 3 touchdowns. Adams 7 catches, 3 yards, and 3 touchdowns. So every single one of them going to Devontae Adams. The only other thing to really talk about this game was
Dillon and COVID.
AJ Dillon has COVID, was tested positive for COVID. So the team and everyone else around him, Jamal Williams and others, is being tested as well.
Yeah, because I think I sent this to you on the group chat or whatever, but since Jamal Williams and them are kind of closer to him or whatever, they are definitely getting tested and everything like that. So I don't even know what to say about this. What do you think that they're gonna do though if he does come back if more players come back positive? Are they gonna have to take the week?
They might have
they've already had bye week.
Oh.
They had a bye week 4 or 5, I believe.
So I guess what is the NFL gonna do if the team already had a bye week?
They'll do the same thing they did with the Bills. I mean, I know the Bills didn't have COVID, but they'll push it back to Tuesday-ish, Monday or Tuesday, and move games around. Put 2 Monday night games again, or put a Tuesday game up, something like that, and then put their game on Sunday or 2 games Monday the next week.
I will say they are doing this a very good way. Stuff like that, moving games to Tuesday or whatever, 2 Monday night games. That is very good for them instead of having a game being canceled or what have you.
That's the risk, though. If you're going out and partying and shit, like you have to realize there are regulations for a reason.
Yep.
And I will admit that I personally like seeing those 2 Monday night games every now and then.
Mm-hmm.
I just like
Yeah. I thought it was. I honestly think it should be a regular thing.
Mm-hmm.
even the Tuesday thing. Like it wasn't. It's like I'm not even asking for it to be every single week.
Just like
do
throw it in
like-
there, a little sprinkle like here.
Yeah,
Get some fan
every other-
appreciation. Have a Tuesday night game.
instead of having a Thursday night game, we're gonna do 2 Monday nights, or we're gonna do a
Fanfare.
Thursday or whatever. Take one of the 30 fucking games that they're gonna play at 1 o'clock, and then play 2 games at 4 o'clock. Put
For
one of those
real,
1
though.
o'clock games at the on a Monday night as well, or the Tuesday night. So I did
Moving
enjoy it.
forward to another game that, in my opinion, kind of did not shock anybody. Chiefs
Nah.
versus Jets. Chiefs won 35-9. Holmes 416 yards, 5 touchdowns, slinging
Yeah.
that rock all over the place.
He was slinging more than a rock.
Oh,
on
dude,
that
just throwing
defense.
bombs.
No, that boy was swinging around his cock on
Ah.
that fucking defense. Yeah, yep.
So the
That's
Jets
what-
at this point just saying fuck it and preparing for the future. What are they gonna
Yeah. So
I think they need to get State Farm.
do?
They
Yeah,
got some
I mean-
pretty bad coverage.
that's basically all the Jets have to do at this point. I mean,
Good one,
they
Timmy.
have to go. They have to get ready for the defense, for the future. They have to get ready for their defense too. That's true. But they have to get ready for the future. Denzel Mims had 2 catches, 42 yards. He's going to be one of their main players for years to come. So I
Mhm.
know he was hurt at the very beginning of the year. I'm glad that I picked him up about 2 weeks ago. So I think he get fed the ball a lot as he learns the offense some more.
Yeah.
Barrios had 8 catches, 34 yards. But the main thing about the Jets is Avery Williamson getting traded to the Steelers. So going from 0-6 to 7-0, I believe.
Yeah,
Yeah, I believe it's.
I don't
that.
think Steelers have had their bye week yet.
That's
Yeah,
the
but-
best trade-off you can fucking get.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're about to run into a mysterious team this coming week. Gee, I wonder. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, you mean the Cowgirls?
I'm dreading this week for Buffalo, but
How do you think I feel about my Cowboys?
yeah.
How about
that's fine.
them Cowboys?
All right, so
So moving on to the next game, you had the Rams versus the Dolphins, which was actually completely different than what I expected, just because of like what happened in the game. Like, so the question was really like, is Tua the future? He fumbled the first drive, which
Jitters, in my opinion.
and that, yeah. So figure that's what it was, and then you had him going for 12 for 22 with 93 yards, and then had a touchdown to Devontae Parker, I believe. But the main thing about the game was Dolphins' defense was just amazing. Defense and special team, actually. So they had 2 interceptions and 2 fumbles, fumble recovery for a touchdown. And then they had a punt return for a touchdown, I believe.
I believe that was the first one this year.
I was just about
Yeah.
to say that. I think that's the first one this year. So good on the
like-
Dolphins taking the initiative, baby.
And then Jared Goff actually struggled.
Yeah, he
Early.
struggled really struggled early.
So, I mean,
I
of course, as we mentioned with the Dolphins' defense and special teams, he struggled early, and that's why he threw 61 times. He still ended up with 355 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah.
But, I mean, when you have 2 fumbles, 2 interceptions, you have to start slinging the ball no matter what. And this is nothing new with Jared Goff. Whenever they get behind by a lot, he is throwing it high 40s, low 50s, even 60 times before. So
He's one of those quarterbacks that think that, oh, I'm in a rut. Let me just keep on throwing the ball.
So,
It's not just him though. That's the offensive coordinator who's calling up those plays.
Hmm.
true.
But I mean, I
So-
guess if you got confidence in your quarterback,
Shouldn't have that much in him.
nope. Not when he throws 2 interceptions.
And had 2 fumbles.
Oh, Jared Goff himself had the 2 fumbles?
Jared Goff had 2 fumbles and had the 2 interceptions. Like he had 4 turnovers.
So essentially 4 turnovers just by himself, and on top of it, 1 of the fumbles did go for a touchdown. So yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
So
Yeah, that was bad.
yeah,
so
that's bad.
Cooper Kupp also had 11 catches for 110 yards, and then Robert Woods had 94 yards total with a rushing and receiving touchdown.
So it was great with him for fantasy.
I love Robert Woods. I was really upset when Buffalo let him go.
He's a good player.
His route running is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
His hands are great. I feel like he's going to be pushed down a lot on that team, though.
I mean, if he keeps doing what he's been doing, I think that he'll be just fine. I mean, last couple
I'm saying,
weeks,
like, on that
good.
team, I don't think he's going to win a ring.
Oh, that's what you meant. Okay. Yeah.
I'd agree.
I can agree.
I will say that another quarterback that actually struggled a lot was Lamar Jackson. Switching gears. Yeah, he struggled. 2 interceptions and 2 fumbles. Yeah, you can't do that. Just sounds like another Jared Goff day.
This fucking surprised me though. The Steelers versus the Ravens. Steelers, of course, come on top, 28-24. I thought the Ravens were gonna hand them their first loss, but they proved me wrong.
Glad I took the Steelers.
Literally, I'm like sitting in here on my PC and stuff, like just like doing stuff for for the stream here, or for the fucking podcast. I can't even talk. Jesus Christ.
You got eyes for tits?
No.
Eyes for tits or tits for eyes?
It doesn't matter.
But like, I'm just sitting here and I hear my mother yell at me, "Let's go Ravens! Let's give them their first fucking loss." And I'm like, they're not gonna lose. Like, they're not gonna lose. Like, Lamar Jackson is, in a way, like acting a lot like Cap right now. It's the offensive coordinator again. Like, it's the exact same thing, because Kaepernick had issues under Roman as well. And he comes over, you get another running quarterback or scrambling quarterback, and you're trying to put him in the same scheme that didn't work for the other scrambling quarterback. Look how well they did last year. Run first, power run. Like,
power run with Mark Ingram.
That was hard-nosed hard-nosed old school football, and they drove that ball down the field with their feet.
And
now you
that's
look at it, they're like, "Oh, let's have him throw the ball deep. Let's have him try to hit these deep slants, these deep curls."
He can't.
He's even having issues going in the flats. Like, he threw a pick. It was like a 3-yard out. I'm pretty sure it was in the flat, and it's just like, you tell me you can't hit that shit. Don't you dare Daniel Jones this right now, okay? Like, it's god awful. I could hit a slant route. I could hit an out route within 15 yards.
Yeah.
Accurate enough to where I would hit the receiver. You're going to throw a pick like that? I got one eye. I could see that dude from a mile away, all right?
I just looking at this year, you can easily tell they're not the same Ravens that they were last year. Mind you, in some aspects they are, but Mark Ingram is not getting as much workload as he did last year.
I would say that since he's hurt and when did play this
I mean before he got hurt.
I know what you mean. But
yeah,
ass. He missed this game too. Like Timmy said, Lamar struggled. 2 interceptions, 2 fumbles. J.K. Dobbins going off of Chase talking about Mark Ingram not getting the ball a lot.
Yeah.
He had 15 carries, 113 yards. I definitely think he's going to be the future.
Once Ingram gets out of there.
Yeah, I mean, and honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if this year.
You think he might retire this year? Or
I don't think he'll
not retire, but get to a different team?
Yeah.
Either that, or I think they're just going to be like, look, J.K. Dobbins is our number 1 now.
I think he still has starter potential, though. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, he'll go to Eagles and start.
Oh, you mean and we'll ruin him like we've done to every other fucking good running back? Fucking Jay Ajayi fucking ruined his ass. Did great in the Super Bowl for us. Next season, terrible.
Ajayi was actually doing worse going back into his other season with Miami. Like it was going downhill.
Yeah, and then he came to Eagles, had a decent year.
Now he's on an
it went
esports
downhill.
team.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
know that.
seriously.
Yeah, he
He plays for a
Didn't know that.
Philadelphia esports team, I think in FIFA.
He plays better on that than he does in the NFL.
Oh,
good.
God.
One of these days, someone's gonna see this and get upset.
Button. Find the oof button.
Well, yeah, one
Fuck!
of these days, one of them players is gonna see one of these, and they're gonna hear their name, and they're gonna get really upset.
Cancel me.
Oh yeah. So Eagles, Eagles. Goodness gracious, talking about the Eagles because we're talking about that. Ravens still was able to run the ball, which in my opinion surprised me because then the Steelers' defense is best at just rush defense. Their pass defense has been horrible, but Ravens were still able to run 265 yards and get a touchdown. Then Deontay Johnson for the Steelers. I mean, it's nothing new, but he gets hurt again. Of course, I decided to play him in fantasy this week, and guess what happened?
Stop playing him.
Look, if I don't play him, he goes off.
Okay, that's
If I do
good.
play him- No, it's not good, because then I'm not getting the points I need to win the league.
But every time you put him in, he gets hurt.
Yeah, it's stupid. I hate fantasy.
But remember, man.
Emotions, okay? Leave him alone, okay?
How many times we gotta teach you this lesson, old man?
Doesn't matter. I'm still gonna do it. I know what I mean. But the Steelers had forced 4 turnovers, of course. But was
Talking
able.
like me.
Yeah, I know. Steelers were only able to put up 28 points off those 4 turnovers, which it
Got him
is
the
really
win.
sad. Yeah, I mean, it got them the win, but when you force 4 turnovers, not on top of like you having the ball yourself off punts and everything, that means you were not able to do what you normally did.
Yeah, but a win's a win.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, but we're not here
Ooh.
just talking about all good things, and that's it.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
But I'm just saying, like, if however that team gets the win, regardless of how dirty it is, I mean, I'd much rather not have people take cheap shots or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
I'd like the games clean, like when it comes to hits and stuff. But if you got to play like I'm gonna hold you, get away with a nice hard hold, the refs don't see it, I'm good with that.
Mm-hmm.
But if they're playing like fucking muddy, I'm gonna grind this shit out kind of football, I'm perfectly cool. If they're like, I'm gonna fucking punch you out of nowhere because you did something 2 drives ago, wink wink shark, you know what I'm talking
Wrong
about.
game. Wrong game.
No, I'm not actually saying who it is. I'm gonna walk up and punch you for no fucking reason because that was 2 drives ago. Like, yeah, like that's a bitch move, man. Like you at that point you're showing little dick energy. Like you gotta have tits for eyes, all right?
Yeah, tits for eyes.
Tits for eyes.
Yeah. So going on to the next game, we have the
I'm a
Chargers
dumbass,
versus
by the way.
Broncos.
Timmy is so confused right
Tim
now.
is so confused of where that's coming from, but
I'm way
the
past
three
this anyway.
right here know what it is because I'm stupid.
So the Broncos actually came back and won this game, 31-30.
Looking like the Falcons.
Sorry saying the Falcons. Goodness gracious, just kidding, you said it. The Chargers were up 24-3.
Sounds like a
I
familiar
believe it was
score.
I believe it was like with 4 minutes left in the third quarter, and then they blew it. But 24-3 lead, and then they blew it. Lost 31-30. Herbert and Locke looked decent. I mean, they had pretty good games.
They both
Herbert's
did pretty
been
good.
playing really well since he got in.
Mm-hmm.
So Herbert had 29 for 43, but he also had 3 touchdowns. And then Drew Lock 26 for 41 and 248 yards with 3 touchdowns.
I'm just saying, like Herbert, it's not a great thing about the Tyler. I can't even remember his fucking name. He was on the Bills.
Tyrod Taylor.
Yeah, Tyrod Taylor. There we go.
Oh,
The fucking car part. All right, getting that needle in his lung, like
Yeah.
popping
Yeah.
it. I know
That's-
it's not a good thing and it sucks, but I know Herbert is actually thankful that it did happen because now he is shining like a fucking star right now.
He's stepping up, definitely 100%.
Granted, they may not win their games, but he is still playing solid enough for them to win their games. Their defense needs to play better.
It's just like Joe Burrow. I mean, they're both showing success.
They're showing a lot of potential.
But they're not. I mean, of course, they're not getting that W at the end of the day. But they're showing
defense
us.
needs to play better at some points, though. Like your defense needs to help out your offense.
They're showing us the future's looking bright, for sure.
Oh yes. Chargers is still able to run though. They were
Chargers
pretty good.
Chargers were still able to run. I believe between 4 people, they were able to run for 210 rushing yards. And I mean, besides that, ball was spread around between on Kansas City side and Denver side. I know
San Diego.
The
San Diego.
Chargers. I say LA.
You said
oh
no, it's actually LA, but you said Kansas City.
Oh, Kansas City, my bad. I wasn't even thinking.
We're all having issues tonight, guys. We're all having issues.
I told you, I said I wanted to take a nap before this. We watched anime. Shark looks tired. I'm sure Timmy's tired. I don't know what you're doing.
What I'm doing?
Yeah, I don't know if you're tired or not.
No.
I'm exhausted. I didn't sleep well at all.
It's alright. Fuck sleep. We got shit to talk.
Yeah, fuck sleep.
Right,
we got NFL games that were bullshit.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, let's try that again. The Chargers actually were led by Mike Williams on the receiving side, who's actually healthy for once. And then Keenan Allen, of course, right behind him. And then on the Broncos side, everyone got a touch really on that side. But nothing else on that game. So going on to the second 4:15 game, Saints versus Bears. Saints win in overtime 26-23. It's another week without Michael Thomas.
Yep.
Obviously, it's not hurting them that bad, though. Him not being there, like, they're not doing too bad. But
it's hurting them in a way.
Yeah.
You don't get the big threat, so they can't pull off onto other people. Like that's
and a bunch of their games are a lot closer now and everything. So I can understand it. But the big thing about this game was the whims from the Bears versus Gardner Johnson. So basically, what happened was, it was quote unquote fight.
It was idiotic.
Yeah.
It was
so
stupid.
Basically, what happened was they were just mouthing off to each other. Gardner Johnson ripped off Wim's mouthpiece, and literally it was 2-3 drives later. And Wims was lined up against someone else, and he went up onto Gardner Johnson, got in his face, ripped his mouthpiece off, and then threw a right hook, hit him, and Gardner Johnson, of course, knowing the rules,
he looked confused as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, really? Now?
Yeah. It was kind of like that, but at the same time, in my opinion, it's kind of like he knew, like, the refs are like, okay, if he throws another one, then, like...
They're both out.
Yeah, so he kind of just took it. I mean, he's punching a helmet. I mean, I'm sure it feels really good.
Yeah, you get that pushback, like, if you're the one getting punched, like, you still get that, like, feel like the hit, but it's definitely not going to be anywhere near as much pain as you're going to feel on them knuckles.
Last time a fight like this kind of broke out, people ripping shit, like mouthpiece, chain, whatever, was Crabtree versus, God, who was the Broncos
Richard
corner
Sherman.
at the time? No. It was Broncos. Crabtree and Chris Harris?
And
No.
yeah, I think so.
Yeah, was it Chris Harris?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah,
Was it him or Aqib Talib?
It was Talib.
Yeah, it was Talib. Yeah, Talib
It was
ripped.
the chain thing, because he kept ripping the chain off. He did that out of like 2 or 3 meetings that they did together.
And,
I was thinking Richard Sherman whenever they got into it in the
that Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Or like the conference game or something like that.
He tried shaking his hand, and he was like, fuck that, bro. Don't touch me. You have COVID.
I remember he was like, he's like, don't put me up against a sorry receiver like Crabtree. That's where I thought of it.
But no, Crabtree and Talib, that fight, that was kind of like the last big fight, really, that broke out over people ripping shit off. I think that Gardner Johnson, right? That's the one that didn't do anything after getting punched.
Yeah, so he really
played it off
much.
very well. He did it the professional way, and Wims just acted like a child.
Wims let his emotions get in the way in that situation. At that
Oh,
point,
yeah.
you can't let that happen. just show him you're better than him on the field.
Yep.
That's all you got to do.
And,
Like you can smack talk all you want, but like
I'd
never.
say wait until
throw
the end of the
punch.
game if you're gonna throw hands. At least his helmet's gonna be off.
and then if you go back and look, the offensive line and some of the other players from the Bears were literally like pushing Wims away, and we're just like
What the fuck you doing?
Like, yeah, like just go away. Like you didn't win because like when he got out of the little scuffle, he was like clapping his hands, like all hyped and everything.
Yeah, like
and
staring at everybody.
Everyone was like, dude,
you just got kicked out. You actually ended up hurting us more than you hurt him.
If I was his teammate, I probably would have hit him.
Yeah, I probably would have punched you. I probably would have said you're a fucking idiot and then hit him.
I know, I'd probably slap the shit out of him. Like, literally just hands spread out, fucking... I damn sure don't like my face slap, so, I know you're not gonna like it, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
fucking hated that, always getting slapped on the fucking helmet. It's like, stop.
Only other thing, really, about this game, Breeze and Foles were both... They're alright. I mean, Breeze 280 and 2 touchdowns, and then Foles with 222 and 2 touchdowns, but it wasn't that good of a game. It just the quote unquote fight was really the only thing that really came out of this game.
That's all I saw. Like, cause on Twitter, it's like that's literally the only thing that was talked about that game was.
I heard about it. I didn't even see it until like the day after.
Oh yeah. So moving
forward.
on to the last 4-15 game, we had the 49ers versus the Seahawks. Seahawks winning 37-27. 49ers injury plague is just continuously. We're not on your team yet. That's the next game. So
it's the fact that I fucking picked up Garoppolo because I needed a fucking quarterback.
That's funny. I told Chase, I said, hey, you still have Deshaun Watson. And he goes, oh, let me go pick up Jimmy G real quick. Thank you.
Well, I had no one else. Worst decision of my life.
Look, I don't know why you just don't ask questions.
It was a last minute fucking pickup on waivers. Literally midday Sunday, Timmy texts me, he goes, hey, you don't have a quarterback in. I'm like, fuck. So, I go pick up the first one I see. Jimmy Garoppolo. He's been doing all right since coming back.
Sounds good, right?
Then he gets fucking injured. Fuck this shit.
Since he came back, I don't know. Yeah, he had a pretty bad game on his first week back.
Shut it.
So, the 49ers injury plague continues. Jimmy Garoppolo now out, going to be out multiple weeks. They haven't really updated it much more than that. George Fields, I think
Hold on, Tanner. Hey, Chase, you feeling pretty good?
Well, I mean, I beat the Cowgirls. We beat the Cowgirls. That's all I care about.
All right, so we save that.
Yeah.
So, Kittle, I believe they said he has a high ankle sprain, I believe, which they said this one's actually more serious than some of the others that have happened, and he will be out most likely around 8 weeks. I know they placed him on IR as well. Brandon Ayuk having another big game, the rookie receiver from Arizona State, I believe. 8 catches, 91 yards, and a touchdown. And then on the Seattle side, Russell Wilson, DK Metcalf duo still clicking. Wilson with 27
game
for 37, 261 yards, and 4 touchdowns. And DK Metcalf going 12 catches, 161 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Metcalf had a hell of a game.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
had a hell of a season so far. This dude is a fucking animal.
Yep.
I would hate to be a corner going up against DJ Metcalf. All right, guys, who am I going against? DJ Metcalf. Oh.
DK.
Oh, DK. Sorry.
Donkey Kong.
DK.
DK.
Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong. DK.
So
no, literally, that's how I remember. I'm like, okay, yeah, like Metcalf, and I'm like, oh yeah, Donkey Kong.
So, and he's been playing amazing this whole year. I know he had a bad game last week, but I mean, it's one game.
You're gonna have bad games.
Yeah. So then the only other thing to really talk about was DJ Dallas from, I believe he came from Miami last year. I know he's a rookie this year, but was it really the only true running back left on the roster for the Seattle Seahawks? It had 18 rushes, His yards were not that good, but 18 rushes, 41 yards, had a rushing touchdown, including 5 catches, 18 yards, and a receiving touchdown. When you come in, you're the only running back left on your team and able to have 2 touchdowns. I say you have a hell of a fucking week.
Mm-hmm. It don't matter about yards, so long as you get the work done. Like shit, 5-yard line, give him the ball. Hey, that's a touchdown. That's a Super Bowl win. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, moving forward, we got the Cowboys versus the Eagles.
Oh, what a game this was!
Hell of a game.
Is my cue to leave? Is this what this segment is?
Your cue to put that not Dak, but that Zeke Elliott jersey back in the trash.
It's the Cowgirls against the Woodpeckers. All right, that's about all we.
Yeah. I mean, Danucci didn't do too bad for his essentially his first start. Yeah, he was cocky, but I mean, Wentz still threw two interceptions, but he did throw 2 touchdowns. And
how many fumbles did Danucci have?
0.
That's
so.
not.
Oh no, one. I think maybe 1.
I thought he had 2.
Oh, he had 2.
See, Tanner was shaking
like,
his head.
yeah.
One of them got
Fine,
returned
Shark.
for a touchdown, actually.
Yeah, go ahead, Shark.
Yeah,
Just
Shark, you probably want to get back into this.
I mean, what did anyone really expect from the game? Danucci, 21 for 40, 180, had 2 fumbles. Wentz, 15 for 27, 123 yards, 2 touchdowns. But he also had 2 interceptions, like Timmy mentioned, and he had 2 fumbles as well. Terrible game for both of them.
I was expecting Elliott to fumble like 4 times.
It wouldn't surprise me with how the season's been, but Zeke had 63 yards. Scott,
he didn't fumble.
No, your quarterback just fumbles twice. He picked up the slack for Zeke. My bad.
So Scott, Boston Scott, of course, still playing with Miles Sanders being out, had 70 yards. Mari Cooper, 1 catch, 5 yards. Gallup, 7 catches for 61 yards. Had a good game. Schultz, of course, the backup tight end, who's now starting, had 6 for 53. CeeDee Lamb had 4 catches for 23 yards. Fulgham, who's been amazing for the Eagles with all 85 receivers out, went for 6 for.
I mean, you're not wrong.
I'm so glad I picked him up in fantasy. Thank you.
6 catches, 73 yards, touchdown. And then Jalen Reagor is actually the second receiver to come back with Deshaun Jackson going back.
I can't wait to see what he does.
Reagor back.
A little
3
more.
catches. He had 6 targets. I know he had 3 of his 6, which 2 of them I believe were overthrown, but still towards him. But three out of the 6 were caught for 16 yards. They really used them only in short passes, but also had a touchdown. Besides that, there's.
I'm excited for Reagor though.
I will say this, that Dallas within the last like 6 hours made a change at quarterback, and now not only that Dalton is still doing his concussion stuff, they benched Danucci, and then now they're our 4th-string quarterback.
Don't hear about those very often.
Yeah, you don't hear about those very often. Yeah, our 4th-string quarterback. His name is Garrett. What? Garrett Gilbert. Yeah, Garrett Gilbert. I think he played he played like a season with like an off team or something like that a year ago. He didn't do too bad, but he only lasted 8 games because the season ended in 8 weeks, and that's about it. But yeah, that's the most recent news on that.
I'm excited to see. I mean, a new quarterback. I wonder. I'm actually kind of. I don't know. I'm curious on what he's gonna do going forward. I mean, we don't really know much about him. All he has is played 8 games. So
I think the Cowboys should just tank and get a really good player in the draft. And
I think you guys should just sign Brian Moorman, the old punter for Buffalo. He ran a good 40, and also I used him in Madden before. He can win a Super Bowl.
Oh God! 2 fumbles each for Danucci and Wentz. They just wanted to get the ball back to each other.
Madden 10, man. You guys would easily win with that Mormon.
Oh my fucking
Last
God.
game of this week, though, we got the Sharks Buccaneers versus the Giants. Buccaneers came on top. Very close game, actually, 25 to
Almost
23.
lost.
Well,
Almost
what
lost.
y'all expect? If we don't keep it close, they're not gonna get their view.
First off, I know you were scared. Don't even try to play that.
I was scared for you.
As soon as they were going up for the 2, I was like, oh fuck.
Nah.
And then I sit there and I watch. I'm like, that was a fucking late ass throw and a terrible one, even though it was late.
Basically, what I have for this game, Bucks start off slow, but
Yeah.
they're able to get the job done. Brady, 28 for 40, 279 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And then Daniel Jones, 25 for 41, 200 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Gronk was able to get his 3rd touchdown in 3 games. And then,
Woo!
it's just good. Good job. Can't hear you.
Yeah, I know.
And then,
I was too
this kind
loud.
of just goes back to what I've mentioned before with this defense being inconsistent, which, with them having 2 good games back to back, I knew that something like this was going to happen. Now, I
They
didn't
pulled
expect
through, though.
25-23, but a win's a win at the end of the day. Chris Godwin, of course, was not playing, so I'll say that much. Move on. Got the win. Doesn't matter.
Very interception-y week this week in the NFL. A lot of interceptions.
Oh,
I was noticing that looking through. It's like almost every week there's an interception.
Well, yeah.
Interceptors and Butterfingers.
And
Every week
Butterfingers.
every week I normally see interceptions too.
I mean, I fucking hate you guys. But anyway.
I mean, what do you got? Fucking tits for eyes, right?
I mean, at least
I can't read, Shark.
So, we're gonna be switching this over because we usually do games, but there are no new.
Gonna let my dog
Game
out while
up.
Panda transitions us.
So this week we're going to talk about movies.
What kind of host just leaves halfway through?
bitch.
Yeah, it's an Eagles fan for you. Okay, so anyway, we're switching it over to movies. We have 7 movies set up for it. Welcome back, Chase. You know, it's an honor to have you back. And
I know, I had to let my dog out or she was gonna bark.
so the first movie we're going to talk about is Mortal Kombat, the reboot, for the original movies. Super excited for this because I loved the old school Mortal Kombats.
Me too. True
Also,
fan.
they say that it's supposed to be very bloody.
Ooh.
Yes.
Like they said, because the video games are so bloody, they want to introduce that into the movies because they weren't able to do that with the old school ones because of the lack of CGI and all that other stuff. So now with all of it upgrading and advancing, they actually stated it will be very bloody compared to the old school ones.
That's gonna be interesting. I'm very excited for this Mortal Kombat movie. I have not played since Mortal Kombat. I think X10. Yeah, I think that was the first one that came out on PS4. Played a little bit of that. And then
I'm not sure on
I
it.
remember the most recent one that came out I got for someone. Someone tried to hack my PS4 and they bought the game on their fucking credit card.
Yeah.
And of course, it like at midnight because it was released that night, and it was like downloading Mortal Kombat. I was like, I never bought it. And I went to check my fucking bank account. Nothing coming out of my bank account. Went there, changed my password, so I got the game for free.
hell yeah.
That happened with my brothers actually recently. Someone hacked it and then bought video games, and he was like, "Well, you know, time to call Sony, make sure everything's set up right, and I'm good." So
Exactly what I did.
I haven't played really any of the new Mortal Kombat games. I
Last
have
good
seen
one
them.
was 9 to me.
I have seen them, but I haven't really been like
What?
huge into them recently.
Huh?
You said Timmy. That's what you said.
No, I said last good one was 9 to me. I played it on Xbox
Oh,
360.
okay. I'm sorry.
It
my
had
bad.
it had Freddy Krueger as a DLC character, which was pretty cool actually.
I think my last one was like. I totally forgot.
Was it 3 back in the arcade days, Timmy?
3? I don't remember. I'm gonna be honest.
Okay, so on to the next.
Nintendo one.
On to the next movie.
Oh my God.
On to the next movie. Top Gun Maverick. Will be coming out
this is
next
gonna be
year.
cool.
I
Good
am
one.
super excited for it because I have been like a Top Gun fan since I watched the original. I actually see it on every now and then, and I watch it. They are all doing their own stunts in the movie, which is fucking amazing. I think that is awesome. Tom Cruise actually suggested it, and he has been a pilot for years. And I think it's really cool that he had them go get their license, train in the actual jets, and actually fly around in them, to actually get the understanding and the idea of how to play the actual role.
Now, I mean, I know. You were talking about Tom Cruise, but a little bit more action movie. Kind of sad fact, but James Bond did pass away, which very sad to hear about. He was a very good actor. Gonna miss.
His name wasn't James.
I know
Bond.
his name wasn't. It was Sean Connery. God.
Also, horrible transition.
No, guys,
You should
James
actually save
Bond
that for the
died.
end.
No, James Bond died. Not Sean Connery. Who's that guy?
Should actually save that for the end because you know,
Okay.
like we're talking about movies, and then you say, you know, switching over from this good movie that's going to be coming out soon. This guy
But you
passed
said-
away.
you
Make it
Here's
sad.
a dead guy.
Oh my God, my brain's all over the place. Whatever, continue.
I think it's really cool. Obviously, no goose. If you've seen the movie, you get the reference.
Okay, Panda.
Yeah. Chase is too young.
Yeah, I know, right?
Too young. There was an
Next
Easter
movie
egg in
here.
Borderlands too, though.
The next movie here. And something I really want to do is go visit the Conjuring house. The Conjuring 3. Chase doesn't want to do it because Chase is a bitch.
I said I'll stay in the car.
I'll go with you. I got you.
Listen,
I'm
'cause
going right with you.
I think it would be fucking amazing. We'll
I'll
bring in a
go.
Ouija board. We'll eat some chips.
Won't fuck with
Um,
that. But I'll go. I won't fuck with any of that shit, but I will go.
I'm gonna say his name is Chase and then use his last name.
Nope. Nope.
No,
Y'all can fuck off. I'll be
Do you
living
know
in the church.
Chase?
The Conjuring 3 actually looks interesting to me because I've actually seen every part of the Conjuring series.
Same.
I love watching horror movies. I don't get scared by them. I just think the idea of them is actually cool.
Yep,
I
love him.
Yeah. Next movie, super excited about because I'm a fucking nerd. Venom 2 Carnage. They announced this not too long ago. It was kind of in a rumor mill for a while before that. But they're like, yeah, we're gonna bring in Venom again because Tom Hardy's a badass. He played the good character. Not really a great script, but he played a good character. And then they're like, we're gonna add Carnage into this bitch and see how this rolls. So I'm like, there better be some people getting fucked up here. I want to see people getting hurt, fighting.
Damn.
Like old school, you would see people get beat up, get knocked under some rubble and stuff like that. Now it's like, oh, we're not going to show anyone under the rubble.
This ain't anime, Panda. I'm kidding.
Oh God.
Next movie would be Fantastic Beasts 3. If you are a Harry Potter nerd, yet again, I am a nerd of all. This is gonna be fantastic. I've watched every Harry Potter movie. I've watched every Harry Potter movie. I've watched the Fantastic Beasts movies. I am just a nerd overall, and I actually can't wait for this to come out. I know Shark's a Harry Potter weeb.
Yep. I am.
We talked about the Harry Potter game, and his eyes lit up like he was a schoolgirl.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't light up when we talked about Outlast Trials, though.
No.
Suck my dick.
But I haven't seen anything about the movie yet. I just saw that it was announced. I know the last time they actually met Dumbledore, and I thought that was pretty cool to actually introduce a young version of him into the franchise. And there is Sherlock Holmes 3. Robert Downey Jr. coming back for another one. I thought the other two were decently funny. Robert Downey Jr. is, I would say more comedian than action.
Mm-hmm.
even though his demeanor would kind of push him towards the action genre, I feel like the way he actually portrays himself is more towards comedy.
I'd agree.
Shark
Yeah.
is also playing FIFA.
No, he's not. He's playing Sea of Thieves.
I wish.
There's actually two more movies here, and I'm only going 2 off of this just because of the main character for this and the other movie. The Matrix 4 was actually announced not too long ago. Was actually very surprised that they were coming back with this.
Same. I thought the last one was the last one. Like the move. Like, you know what I mean. Like, fuck.
The last one would be the last one, so the last one would have to be the last one, Chase.
I'm just gonna sit here.
I
can't
Matrix
fucking
4,
talk.
Keanu Reeves is going to be coming back to play his character.
No, you're
actually really-
breathtaking.
The
Really-
Fortnite guy?
Yes, John Wick. But he's going to be coming back to play his role from the previous ones. I haven't seen The Matrix in so long. I can't remember his character's name in there. I know that he's a badass. He can fly like Superman, even though he's actually not a bitch. Because we all know Superman is one. He gets beat up by people who use green rocks. So, and
if you say like that, then yeah.
off of that, it goes to his other movie, John Wick.
Neo.
Oh yeah, Neo.
I just fucked up, and I was trying to pull it down to my other monitor, and it kept on wanting to go like halfway on the monitor that I'm capturing the fucking podcast on. So in about an hour and 10 minutes, you're gonna see Naruto and Sasuke halfway on the screen. That's on me, my bad.
So anyway, going from The Matrix over, because he is in both movies. John Wick, the newest one, will be coming out. It's 4, I believe.
Yes,
John Wick 4. Because I believe John Wick 1, 2, and then Parabellum was the third one.
Thought it was still like John. Never mind. I'm not even gonna say that. Whatever.
But,
Continue.
the fourth one, by like the way the third one ended, I don't know if you guys have watched it. If you haven't, I highly suggest it. Chase, you're shaking your head.
Yeah. I don't watch movies.
Go watch those movies because they are fantastic. The action in them is great. Great hand-to-hand combat. Great gunplay. You're into shooting games, so that would be
Pew, pew.
a movie.
But
for
is
you.
it like Fortnite?
No, there is no building.
Fuck.
And you can't edit walls.
Get out of here.
Bullshit.
Fortnite
They
kid.
can edit walls. All they gotta do is just pelt it with bullets.
That's not editing. That is construction.
That is editing.
That is construction. The
Destruction.
fourth one is, I don't want to spoil it because you haven't seen it. It will be, by what I read, the bloodiest one out of the series. So it's actually gonna be pretty fucking dope because the other ones were pretty fucking bloody.
Ooh.
That was the last one on the movie list. Next week I'll probably do some anime
Yeah.
for you guys.
Well, right now, I guess that we could kind of give them a teaser. Right now, we are watching The God of High School.
This is my third time watching it. I watched it twice. That is 26 episodes. I rewatched them.
Hey, guys, also, Timmy might be finally getting into some anime, so he can join in on these conversations.
Who's Timmy?
That one.
That guy? Okay, cool.
No, you're over here for me, aren't you? That one.
Well, I know. I'm like top right, and then Tanner's to my left, and then you're down.
Yeah, so I was
left.
pointing in the right direction, you cock.
Oh well.
Not on my screen.
Fine, that one.
Shark needs to point the other way on mine.
That one.
Yeah. Like we're touching tips.
You can see. I'm capturing my screen, so Timmy's that one. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Shark, point the other way.
Your mic's muted.
What one?
Shark.
Timmy's right here.
Oh, no, Timmy's up there.
I'm telling you, he's right here.
You got tits for eyes? He's right there.
No, I got eyes for tits. He's right there.
Oh, okay, we've overused that joke now.
But yeah, next week I'll probably go over some anime. I'll go over things that we've watched. That way we can all talk about it. I know Shark has watched Naruto.
Shippuden, I just finished.
Also, this motherfucker is the only one in this group who has seen Death Note, besides me.
Chase is
All
gonna
I
watch
know is Genjutsu. That's all I know.
Timmy,
That's the only
what
thing
is
I know.
Genjutsu?
Is it like something that like it was supposed to be something, but then it turned into something else or something?
Oh my
like
god,
that?
he actually kind of got it.
Yeah.
It's basically jutsu that fucks with your mind. Like you see something, but it actually isn't a thing.
Yep.
Kind of like a mirage.
I heard there's a comedian. His name is Adontis or whatever. He's a YouTube like comedian, but he does football highlights or whatever. And anytime that something like you think someone fumbled or whatever, but then he goes and says, "Well, it was all again jutsu," and it shows the eyes like the turning the red of the eye or something like that. Like it showed like a picture of someone's eyes turning red or something like that.
You mean a Sharingan?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
He doesn't know what the shit is, Chase.
I know, but I just wanted to enlighten the youth.
Right now, it's like you're beating out the crippled kid in school. It's not cool.
Oh no,
He
no.
He doesn't watch anime, so you can't say that shit towards someone who doesn't watch the anime.
Okay, Timmy, is the eye already red and
Look
turns
at
to
Tanner! Look at Tanner! Yeah.
Is the eye already red and then turns like has a
It's
different thing in the eye?
I can say that I'm a
Yeah.
cripple.
It looks like it's turning, and then there's like 3 dots on
Uh-huh.
each like corner or whatever. Yeah, it's like it's turning. Yeah.
Okay, so
And he's like super tense, and he has black hair or yeah.
that's
black
probably
hair,
the
right?
Itachi scene. Got it. Just
Shark,
need
I
to
can
figure
say
out
that
what
I'm a
it was.
cripple, man. It's okay.
I just need to know what fucking scene he was talking about.
I'm the cripple in this. I'm the cripple.
Shut
in this
up,
episode,
Timmy!
guys.
But anyways, I think that about wraps it up though. I'm excited for next week. Anime talk. I love anime talk.
Yeah, I'll
Because
get
I
a
don't
few
watch
animes.
movies.
I'll get some that Shark has watched. I've probably seen the most out of everybody.
You know the ones that I've watched: My Hero, Black Clover, fucking Naruto.
We'll go over the God of High School. That way you can talk about that because we'll probably end up finishing that here in the next few days.
You mean a few hours?
Let me tell you something. My back is really sore from this chair, so no.
Well, see, then that's when you just
We
pop
can
on your
watch.
phone.
We can watch Death Note. We can watch Death Note, so you can at least know what we're talking about.
No.
He's
But
gonna
anyways,
get confused
guys.
with multiple animes.
Yeah. Anyways, guys, that wraps it up for week 4. Right? Yeah. Vanguard Nightly News week 4. Hope you guys did all enjoy the episode. If you guys have anything they'd like us to talk about for next week, put them down in the comments. If you guys enjoyed it, give it a like. If you guys really liked it, make sure you press that sub button and the bell so you guys get notifications on when we post the next episode or other content. Need to really focus on that anyways. But hope you guys do all have a fantastic night, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Yeet.